Hi, my name is Thomas Kim. I found a very inspiring video that I want to share with my other Korean friends. And after this video, the video I am going to play belongs to this gentleman from Kangaroo English. His name is Christian. And if you want to watch original video, please search in the Google, in the YouTube, this video. Upon his request, I will remove this video from YouTube.
Australia is a wonderful and strange place. But perhaps the strangest moment in Australia's history was when they lost their Prime Minister. Harold Holt was the 17th Prime Minister of Australia. And one day in 1967, he decided to go for a swim at his favourite beach. Within a few minutes, he disappeared into the waves. And despite the largest search and rescue operation in the history of Australia, he was never seen again. There are a number of conspiracy theories about what happened to Harold Holt. Some say that he committed suicide because things were going so badly in Vietnam. Others say that he was a spy secretly working for the Chinese government and that a submarine picked him up in the water. But it's most likely that he drowned and his body was eaten by sharks. For most people, sharks are an awe-inspiring and terrifying creature. Their bodies are covered with a special type of skin called shagreen. Shagreen comes from the French word chagrin, which means rough or distressed, because their skin is a little bit rough, like leather. But chagrin also has a second meaning, and that is a feeling of humiliation or distress. And that is how most of you feel when you try to speak in English. And that is what we are going to be talking about today, how to overcome your fear. Survey after survey tells us that most people are afraid of speaking in public. In fact, the majority of people say that their fear of speaking in public is greater than their fear of death. So that means that if they go to a funeral, they would prefer to be dead in the coffin than speaking to everybody and giving the eulogy. Psychologists describe 5 different types of fear, which can be represented using a pyramid. Here, at one extreme, we have the fear of death, of no longer existing. And at the other extreme, we have the fear of damage to your ego, humiliation, shame, embarrassment. Most people view fear as a very negative emotion. But what if I told you that the sweats, the heart racing, the dry mouth, the rosy cheeks, all of these things are helping you to speak English better? This is called the YatesDodson Law. The YatesDodson Law tells us that as we become more alert, our performance increases. So basically, the more afraid we become about speaking English, the better we speak English. So you don't want to eliminate fear. You want to change the way you think about fear. You need to make fear your friend. Now I want you to ask yourself a question. What is it that you are really afraid of about speaking English? Is it that your pronunciation is bad? that nobody will understand you when you speak, that you will make a mistake and people will laugh at you. And now let me tell you something really powerful about that fear, is that you are afraid of something that you imagine will happen. Reality and your imagination are two separate things. And I'm telling you, whatever you're afraid of is not going to happen. Don't let your fears stop you from doing all of the things that you can do with your languages. You have nothing to fear but fear itself. It's okay not to be perfect. Language is the most imperfect thing in the world. Now, your job is to get out there, overcome your fear, and start speaking to people. And if anybody laughs at you, send them to me, and I'm going to throw them in the Australian water with the sharks. If you would like to see any more videos about the English language, then don't forget to subscribe. I'm Christian, this is Kangaroo English. I'll see you in class.
Please watch original video by Kangaroo English. I will remove this video after a couple of days after sharing with my family.